So hey guys, welcome to Primal Nomad, hope you're doing well. I'm actually here with the BLUETTI EB55 and the PV120, and that probably just sounds like a load of numbers to you guys and random letters, but what that is a portable power station. So BLUETTI really kindly sent me over these two things. It's a kind of combo package, and it's the solar charger and I guess you could say the controller, the control unit, which has lithium phosphate batteries in it, 535 watt hours. This is 120 watts for the solar charger, and it has 12 outputs including a 700 watt inverter, which is absolutely amazing. Pure sine wave, so it keeps that constantly at 700 watts. And obviously if you were running something at 700 watts with the 535 watt hour battery, you'd probably only get about 45 minutes of use, but it's rare you'll ever be using that much demand out of something so small anyway. I've got plugged in at the moment a 12 volt car pump, which works amazingly as intended. You can just switch it on. I'm not going to do it now, it's a little bit loud. I've got the USB-C output, which goes up to 100 watts, so it's perfect for things like charging your drone really quickly or your smartphone, especially if they can take up to like 30 watts fast charge or 50 watts. Some nowadays have like lightning speed. It's amazing. So I've actually got my Osmo Pocket plugged in here through the main inverter. I've got the USB-A output going to my drone controller. I've got my drone charging, and I've got the solar panel plugged in as well. That's not drawing any wattage from the sun because I'm in a shaded location and I just wanted to show it to you on camera, but I will chuck it up on the roof to display what we might be able to pull on a cloudy day like this. I've had it in full sun and it's gained 120 watts, which is perfect. So it has built in an MPPT charger unit, which allows for direct solar connections. So I can plug in with this MPPT connector straight into the unit and charge it via that. Or I could use the 12 volt outlet out of my car straight into the MPPT to again charge the unit while I'm traveling. You can use the 240 wall output, and it comes with a transformer over here that you can plug in, and that allows you to charge it from the wall when you're at home, so when you're going on a trip it's all ready to go. And what's perfect about this, and it's why I'm so thankful to BLUETTI again for sending me this and allowing me to test it, it's going to allow me to film on longer trips. So one of the biggest and hardest things for me is always power, especially for multiple cameras, drones, phone. Everything that I use kind of for the channel requires electricity. So having something that I can charge those on when I'm out on longer trips really helps. And it even hosts an amazing torch on the back, which gives you a SOS feature and 2 different brightness levels, so it acts as a kind of a lantern, and it's absolutely amazing for that reason. It's got an on-screen LCD which shows you the watts in from your solar, from your 12 volt system or from the mains, and it also shows you the watts out for all of your devices when they're going. And the screen doesn't stay on permanently, so that's really good. It's not going to annoy you at night time, like so for the little LEDs that are on the buttons that you press to engage the certain unit. So the whole thing's not on always. The 700 watt inverter, for example, if you were just using that, you could just turn that on and all the USB sockets remain dead, the 12 volt remains dead, as does everything else. The wireless charging on the top is a really cool feature, because I can just take my phone straight out my pocket, and while I'm sat somewhere like this, I can put it on top and it will straight away charge. And that is always on as long as one part of the unit is on. And what is really awesome is that you can use the wireless charging, all of the USBs, the inverter, both sides of it, the 12 volt socket, plus the little DC outlets here, which you can extend into further DC 12 volt outputs, and you can use them all simultaneously. Now if you were using that simultaneously, you might not get the most life out of this thing, but like I said, it's 535 watt hours. So a good analogy for that is if you had a 5 watt bulb, it would run for about 100 hours with a little bit of leeway, or if you had a 500 watt appliance, it would last for about an hour with a little bit of leeway as well. One of the good things that I do want to mention about this as well, another positive, is it's got lithium phosphate batteries. So that is abbreviated to LiFePO4. what that means is, compared to traditional lithium-ion batteries, they have a much higher cycle rate. So whereas traditional lithium ions last for about 500 cycles before the battery starts to degrade, and 80% is your 100%, that's really simplified, by the way. Lithium phosphate batteries, which is just an added element to the lithium ion battery, lasts about 2,500 cycles before it starts to have any degradation. So that's really good, because if you're cycling this up and down, using it, draining it, charging it, it's not actually a long time probably before you'll get through 500 cycles. So the longevity of this thing means it's built to last, which is absolutely amazing. And that stands for the build quality. It's made of a really good quality plastic. It's got a folding handle on the top, which is just great for ergonomics. It really feels like it can support its weight. And it just tucks down nice and flat, which means for storage, it's that extra bit kind of nice. It just slips and tucks away somewhere without this obtrusive big loop on the top or something, for example. It does have little cooling fans on the side as well, and that's just for if the unit's getting hot, because obviously with a lot of drain or even solar input, it can start to warm up. But they're really, really quiet. They have run a few times, and like I said, they're silent. They work really well, and they only run for a short period of time before they switch off. So what else can I say? Probably the little downside for me would be that the charging indicator is in little 20% blocks, so it doesn't say 86% charge left, it says between 60 and 80%, and then between 80 and 100%, and between 0 and 20%. So if you're on that last little 20% block, you're not sure if you're at 19 or if you're at 1. So that's something to watch out for, but based on what you're charging, you should have a kind of an estimation onto what or how long you have left to charge. So in terms of a bit more specifics about it, it's 7.5 kilos, so not too heavy, but there is a bit of weight there. But this is intended obviously for your longer camp trips. So for me personally, if I'm going to be somewhere for 4 or 5 days and I'm going to be filming, I'll make the investment of physical effort to carry this in with me. Again, if I'm overlanding, it's going to be an invaluable asset for around the camp. I can plug in my 12-volt freezer, fridge for example, cool box, all of those things, and just keep camp life that little bit more simple. And of course, while it's draining, I can also charge it from the solar panel or from the 12-volt battery system in the truck. And the solar panel of course folds up and it goes into a nice briefcase carrying position that has adjustable foot stands as well when it's open, so you can have them in 3 or 4 different positions to try and get the best angle for the sun. When I have been using it, like I said before, I've been getting up to about 120 watts, so that's basically its full output, and with that it could charge this in about 5 hours, which is absolutely amazing. So again, definitely go check out BLUETTI. There's an affiliate code down below in the description which will give you a good 5% off, I believe, and just every little bit helps, doesn't it? So with something like this, if you're going to be doing overlanding, if you're going to be even worrying a little bit about the upcoming kind of power crisis and you want to harvest some of that energy that the sun gives off, this is really a good bit of kit to do that. I've actually been using this to charge my phone and my camera for the whole time that I've had it, which is about 2 or 3 weeks at this point. So I've not actually relied on the grid for all of those appliances, and I've just been recharging it off of the sun. And even at the moment it's still at 80% or between 80 and 60% charge. So definitely go check them out, BLUETTI. I can't thank them enough for sending me this. The opportunity is amazing to be able to test something like this, but also to be able to go out and film longer trips so I can share things with you. So yeah, thank you ever so much. Thanks for watching, and like I said, until next time, I'll see you soon and stay safe.